if you just let me. I'm strong enough to handle it.
Strong, yes.
Do you have news of our quarry?
I tell you what. If you can open the lock on my chest. Everything in it.
Oh, you frighten
take
me,
your
Traveler.
challenge.
You
If I
shouldn't
win,
just
I
greet
get to
someone
start a new life as an
unexpectedly.
adventurer, and with no objections from you.
So my brethren used to tell me, but I feel it's warranted. I don't care if Ulfric himself bent his knee and asked me to join the cause. I'm staying inside where it's safe and warm. Was a Stormcloak. Now I'm just an ordinary shut-in, never going to leave this inn, as long as Meralki is willing to have me. Maybe I can marry his son, and then they'll let me stay here forever. He's nice enough. Got good hair, good teeth, and the inn will be his when Meralki's gone, so I wouldn't have to pay for a better room. I'm cursed. It's been with me since I was a young child. It's the only explanation for what happened at Helgen. No, this was before. I'd just sworn the oath. But, as one of the less talented sisters, I was tasked mostly with retrieving supplies from the city. It happened on a Morndas. I was traveling on the road west to Helgen when pearls of snow began to pelt my brow. I no sooner blinked when the snowstorm came thundering from above. Except, there was a piece of black crouched further down the road, a woman wearing a hooded robe, holding a small child. Indeed, I swore an oath to Ulfric Stormcloak, my brothers and sisters, but my oath to the gods came before this menial task. I called out to her. I was relieved when she stood up, but the relief was short-lived. She scurried off into the forest. It was no place for a child. The sun was dimming, and in the winter, the night is as fast as it is long. The air was cold, but not the kind of cold that pimples your skin. No, this cold was raw enough that you could feel it pass through your teeth, even when your mouth was closed. As I said, no place for a child. So I hurried after her. Best I could tell, she was headed towards Orphan Rock, the one place every Nord child in Helgen fears.
I've told you to leave it alone.
I just wanted to try on your old armor. From back
There's a
when you were
lot of
soldier.
tales parents tell their children to get them to eat their greens or pray to the divines. One of them is the story of the Haggraven of Orphan Rock. They used to say if you didn't pray to the Nine, Arcay would send the old hag to kidnap you in your sleep. The witches of Orphan Rock are said to be the grown-up versions of all the children who forgot their supper-time prayers. As a young woman grown, I've long since outlived such juvenile tales, but my hand couldn't help but reach for my weapon.
I'll take your challenge. But if I win, I get to start a new life as an adventurer.
Darkness
And
set
with
in.
no objections
I
from
bit
you.
my lip, trying to keep my focus on the woman and the child. I followed their tracks through the narrow passageway formed by the rock, but when I came out on the other side, the trail had vanished. I found myself standing in a plot of followed dirt, empty save a rock marker. I called out again to the woman, but there came no answer. Then I called out once more, and then came a reply. It was a knock, like knuckles rapping against a door, and with each knock, the noise grew louder. No, not louder, closer. I swiveled around, and in my panic I dropped my mace. It wasn't until I'd reached for it that I saw it. The snow jumping off the dirt, as if the knocking wasn't coming from behind me, but beneath. Higher and higher, until it was right under my feet. And that's when the clouds shifted, and the moonlight lit the marker in front of me. It wasn't a rock marker. It was a grave marker. I did what any sane Nord would have done. When I got back to the camp, the quartermaster demanded to know where I'd been and what had happened to the supplies. In truth, no explanation would suffice. It's just as well, because even I can't explain what was under my feet that night. Is that what it was? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past me. I am cursed after all. It's always been a part of me. You see, my mother told me that I nearly died in childbirth. As a result, part of my soul was close to the void, and the wandering dead were drawn to me in their confusion. Yet, she told me not to worry. As long as my heart was full of life, it would fill that empty part of my soul and ward off the dead. Her advice was unnecessary, as a child's spirit is as stout as Shore's bones. It wasn't until I was a girl of 12, my heart broken by a boy I loved, that at first I yearned for death.
I heard you sneaking around downstairs last night.
It did.
Are you trying to break
Silly
into
to
my chest
say,
again, son?
because as adults
I
we
told you to
experience
leave
things
it alone.
1,000 times more
I
hurtful than a
just wanted
simple
to try
heartbreak.
on your old armor. From back
But
when you were a
never in
soldier.
my years did I
thought
feel
it
a
might be
stronger
a little
sense
bit
of
weird.
grief, or a deeper wound than when he said the words, no.
I don't want you getting a
I
head full
wanted
of
to
ideas
die
about
more than
adventure
anything.
and glory.
In our case, I'll fit to
I'm old
grant
enough
my
to decide
wish.
how to live my life, and I'd be honored to wear your armor. If you just let me. I'm
Indeed.
strong enough to handle
That
it.
night, as I lay in my bed, the air was so
Strong, yes.
cold, and even in the middle of the sun's height, I huddled
tell you
under the
what,
covers, trying to
You
stave
can
off the
open
cold.
lock on my chest.
I had reached a point where I felt I could sleep, when I heard it,
I'll take your challenge.
the breathing.
But if I win, I get to start a new life as an adventurer.
No matter how much
and
I
with
shrunk
no
into my
objections from
covers,
you.
I couldn't avoid that foul hiss, but I dared not look. Then came the sound of footsteps walking to my door. I was about to go into shock when I heard my mother's voice. I leapt out of bed and ran to the door, flinging it open, and there she was. My mother, holding a candle, and standing over her shoulder was a wraith. I suppose it was floating. I never bothered to look at its feet. I just closed my eyes and prayed. I asked Arcade not to take our souls and to fill my body with life. I asked Mara for her to bless my mother and to strengthen the bond between us. No, I'll starve to death first. I am a daughter of Skyrim. I don't fear death. I fear fear. And spiders. But everyone's afraid of crawlies. Maybe. But it's not as if I don't work for what he gives me. I'm the unofficial tavern wench around here. Sweeping, washing, and giving this place the occasional woman's touch. And if a customer gets fresh, I can wield my mace better than any broom. Oh, lots of things, although they usually happen at night. And when I'm alone. But I can't take that chance of them happening when others are around. I'd go out and help Redlith pick out cabbage heads. Only they wouldn't be cabbage heads. They'd be the heads of little children. Then maybe Ragnar will ride by, still making the journey to Whiterun as the Headless Phantom. Or maybe I'd visit Rorik's manor, and that bear he has mounted on his wall will come alive and reach down and bite him, right while he's cooking. Even here there are times I feel like my presence is a danger. Sometimes when I look up at the animals mounted above Milwaukee, I see the eyes move, as if someone were looking at me from behind them. Farewell.